Hanyang Hello everyone, my name is Bryan Yehuda Mannuel, and I'm one of the students that got accepted into the IISMA program. And this is my story. My home university is Institut Teknologi Sepuluh Nopember in Surabaya, and here in Seoul, South Korea, I got accepted into Hanyang University. My major in my home university is Information Technology, and here in Seoul, South Korea, I took Computer Science as my major. And this is my story about how we can study and live abroad in Seoul, South Korea. I'm making this video to tell you about my experiences, my very magical experiences studying here in Seoul, South Korea. And since I like to take many photos, many beautiful photos, I'm going to tell this story in photos that I took. Please watch and enjoy. And this is a picture that started it all. The one that I took together with my mom and my dad in Juanda Airport in Surabaya. And this is truly a very magical moment for me since I waited for 6 months longer for this opportunity. COVID has struck hard and forced the South Korean government to take prevention measures by closing their border. And I have no option than to wait until the next semester. But hey, all of that waiting and patience did not go in vain. And I met with all the IISMA awardee to Hanyang University in Soekarno-Hatta Airport in Jakarta. And together, we successfully entered South Korea. We are very thrilled to be doing this opportunity, to be able to study and experience South Korea firsthand. The next one is our quarantine facility. And we need to do 7 days of quarantine before we can experience Korea fully. This is the view from my quarantine facility. As I said before, we need to complete 7 days of quarantine before being let into the streets of Seoul. This quarantine phase is very hard since we are confined to our own room without seeing the faces of our friends that we just barely met at the airport. The food is also very bland, and so we need to improvise by bringing chili sauce from Indonesia to make things more spicier. And then we also eat a lot of snacks and sweet snacks that could help us regain our energy back. But this is very hard. Quarantine is very hard because we wanted to know more about our friends, what are they like, what their hobbies are, their favorite foods, and many more. But we cannot do that. But thanks to the advancement of technology, we can still see those faces in our screen. This helps us feel more at ease, listening to their laughs and voices. We support each other to go to quarantine. And just like that, we finished quarantine together. This is the photo that we took after we just barely finished quarantine. And now we are ready to go to Seoul. This experience feels so unreal. After so many hardships, patience, boredom, and challenges, here we are, standing in Seoul, the capital of South Korea. We actually got a bit of chance to travel before starting our classes. We went to a lot of places such as this one, and then we went to Myeongdong, we went to the temple, we went to malls, we ate so many delicious Korean food, and we visited a lot of magical places in South Korea. And the time has finally come, the magical time that we have all waited for. This is the time that we visited Hanyang University for the very first time. We visited the Hanyang University not as a tourist, but as a student. Hanyang University felt so grand, so magical, so big. It is really a big chance for me to be studying here, and I grabbed that chance. Studying in Korea has been my dream, and I will not let that chance go in the waste. I listened to every class, I did all the assignment on time, I asked so many questions that I lost count, and all of this experience just make me feel speechless. I really want to give my best to study in South Korea, and I even learned how to cook for myself since living here alone without my parents taking care of me have made me feel more independent. I also made so many new friends. We created wonderful memories together. We took so many photos. We went to a lot of places together. We went to many festivals, and we did so many things in Seoul, South Korea. And I will cherish all of this memory together. But I did not forget that I'm still an Indonesian citizen, and I come here to promote about Indonesia. And this is all my activity that I did in Seoul, South Korea to promote Indonesia. I introduced Indonesian culture to every student that I met. I proudly wore batik to class and said that this is my first prize clothes I ever have. We introduced Kartini and her dish during Kartini Day. We made a lot of Indonesian food and shared them with international students, foreigners, and South Korean to try. And we also got visited, and we also visited the Indonesian embassy and met with Mr. Kokot, the head of education at the Indonesian embassy. Being an IISMA awardee was really a magical experience for me. I've visited so many wonderful places in South Korea, made many new friends, giving my best at finishing classes, assignments, and projects, make many core memories and experiences. I'm officially IISMA bias because being an IISMA awardee has granted me so many new memories and experiences for me, and that I cannot get if I don't become an IISMA awardee. Be bold to go abroad.